Howdy guys, so what have we today? FPV Combat, well say FPV Combat, yeah, FPV Combat, so that's one of the brands I've got today. And also we've got the VAS, or Video Aerial Systems Combat Unit. So just going to do a quick chat really, basically. I've just opened the boxes. I've had the VAS Video Aerial System one for probably about a month now. Maybe a bit longer. The guys at the field, we've bought 8 in total of those systems to use at the funny farm and just basically just messing around. We haven't really fitted them to planes yet, but because of obviously restrictions and stuff like that, it's kind of got put to the wayside. Hopefully the next few weeks / months we will get the systems up and running. We'll do some videos on how it works and kind of just basically our thoughts of the two systems. But interestingly enough, actually, before we get into it, I did actually notice, just flick over the screen a sec to that one. You see obviously this is the Video Aerial Systems web page, and they got their system. But also I did notice, if I just click back one, they also sell the FPV Combat as well. This is quite interesting. So I don't know if the Ace Combat is going to be continued or discontinued. I have heard rumours they both work together to a certain degree, and the FPV Combat system one is obviously a bit more detailed. It's got like game mode and stuff inside it, and it's a bit more hands-on, or say a bit more in depth what you can do with it. But say before I get into that, I just want to have a quick look at actually what you get in the box. So first of all, this is the FPV Combat official box, and what you get is this nice little carry box. Oh, that's kind of shown there. So you get a nice little carry box with the parts inside. You get obviously the main board. So you guys do a quick. Is it going to work? Yeah, not really. I've got the light right above me. Let's get that out the way. See if that works any better. Yeah, so is that going to work? Yeah. So you've got the main board. Obviously, we could look at the website in a minute. So you get the main board in view. You get the receiver, and you get the guns. Notice the guns actually is quite intriguing. They've only got one actual transmitter on it, which is quite interesting. Where obviously we'll get to the other one in a minute, but also there's a little LED on there, which apparently if you connect whichever one you connect to, you can get higher or lower power out of the same transmitter, or sorry, guns, shall we say. So that's quite good, and that's quite dark actually. Let's go back to that. So yeah, so there's quite a nice little box. Obviously you get servo leads. So it's a very nice compact little box. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Literally, yeah, obviously you get the 3 boards and some servo leads, which is all good. In the Ace Combat, the Video Aerial Systems one, you basically get it in a jiffy bag. And of course, I've opened one up because yes, I've got 2. One's a spare because one's going to get damaged. So in the jiffy bag, you get the gun, which has got 2. Obviously, it's a different rated IRTX transmitter. You get the main board, which is a very similar size, possibly fractionally bigger than the. No, exactly the same size. It's the standard size board. And the receiver is also quite interesting because this receiver's got 5 IR receivers on it, and the FPV Combat's only got 3. So that's quite good, sort of, I suppose quite good, but then again, that's probably the bit if you're playing a competition, you want to try and hide that a little bit, to be fair. Not that you want to cheat. Also, you get 2 strips of LEDs. Stick on, I presume they're different colours, again, haven't wired any of this up yet. And you get a couple of servo leads. 2, what are they? Females. And then, no, she'll get 3 of those, sorry. 3 females, and then a longer kind of universal. But again, they're just server leads, so no worries about that. So sort of first thoughts, the FPV Combat does look, presentations probably 10 out of 10 for presentation on that one. I don't know if this is this newer version or they've changed it, because after we bought this at the pre-production, I say pre-production is probably the wrong word, just as they came out, I suppose they might have changed the box, what they're in, but obviously that's probably about a 5. It's well protected, I'll give them that much. But yeah, it's possibly a 5 out of 10 for packaging and stuff on that one. But like I say, the video, let's have a look, shall we? So we're looking at the video aerial system version is $39.95, and this FPV Combat Standard is $50. I got a feeling I paid £43, so $50 probably about right. And I paid about 34 for the Ace Combat Systems. Again, that was pounds, so dollars it's going to be a bit more, which is nice. So let's just click on to the, let's have a look. To say you get the receiver, you get the main board, and you get the guns. And again, it's obviously well labelled as well. There isn't, obviously this one is set up so you get damage, and then you get different so LED strips, hit alarm, score beeper. Let's say, I don't know if, I presume these have got this on here. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got, let's say, a very rudimentary one here. The board certainly looks better on this picture than it does RGB LED. No, they are the same, yeah. So you've got LED lights, you've got hits, alarms, guns, trigger, yeah. So yeah, that is pretty much the same. The board looks a different colour. Obviously you've got a black board here. Race battle mode. Yeah, a little jumper pin. And then you get the servos and sensors and stuff on there. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And again, obviously quite a lot of instructions and videos of how they've done it. And his name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't quite remember his name. I'll remember it in a minute when I just some random shout out in a minute. So in this one, obviously we've got quite a nice. This is the FPV Combat, and we've got quite a nice manual. This one, obviously, this is like an overview of the screen. You've got target hit. You've got your score. You've got who shot you. Very much in depth instruction manual. And obviously, and again, same size board. I think it's a 32, is it? Let's have a look. It's a 36mm board, so I think it's a 32 pitch holes. Yeah, so we've got, no, go 31mm pitch for the holes. So yeah, it's a standard circuit board really. Not small, but it's certainly not humongous. Again, it's very in-depth manual. Do as much as saying where the end sensors are ground. Obviously, it's quite good on this one. You can actually daisy chain the sensors, and you can daisy chain the guns, which is obviously pretty good. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is where we max and min settings by flipping over the controller, the servo lead on the guns. So that's quite ingenious. To say, obviously, you'd want it on max. Yeah, so it's quite interesting that obviously if you want the gun sets to max on yours, but you might want to flip over your mate's one, if you know what I mean. So yeah, obviously good wiring diagram, receiver, video TX and cam. Don't know if this can use with digital at all, because obviously I know that some of the digital systems like DJI, you can't really hack them. The cable goes straight to the VTX, but I'm sure some clever bods are working on that as we speak. And it's also quite good, this one can take 2 to 9S. I think this one, I'll check shortly though. Yeah, I have to check on that one, but I don't think that can take more than 5 volts. Obviously you're not running the ESC through this. This is just circuit board, but at least then you can know you can connect a JST straight up to the battery, or do some sort of direct wiring from the ESC. And what else? Obviously the micro version as well. Obviously you haven't got one of those, so can't comment, but obviously it's got to be half the size at the very least. And obviously solder connections rather than plugs. Blah 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 blah. Obviously wiring up the micro version. Oh, and obviously this one, obviously again I can't comment too much at the moment because I haven't actually got around to wiring it up. But you'll see you can set up a standard any remote control. Basically, from what I read and sort of know about these sort of things, the actual remote, the actual circuit board in here will actually remember the keys you press. So obviously it's not you're programming the controller will remember up, down, left and right, say. So if you press up, it remembers what the up IR code was, and vice versa for all the other ones. So it's quite good that you can use a standard remote control, any remote control, IR remote control, say for like for your TV or your Skybox or whatever, to program the unit. So that's quite good. And I don't know about the VS one. I will, again, obviously we're going to try it, we'll let you know. So that's quite good. Also, but yeah, it's got some basic setups and stuff, and again I'll probably do a video on that. So that's it really. Probably going to put them on to, oh sorry, just to bore you a little bit more. Something I was playing around with probably about 3 years ago is this. It'll be quite funny now. This here, let's go back to the big screen, shall we? Yeah, let's find the cursor. There we go. So this here, believe it or not, is my own version of RC guns. So you plug your in and your out. You got your buzzer. Obviously, I've cut the battery lead off this one at the moment because I probably robbed it for something else. And I've got the gun module. Way up. So that's that. As a gun module, you've got the receiver in the back there. You've got in and out for ESC, and you've got power in. And that little relay on there will actually cut off the signal to the ESC. So if you get shot, you've actually got no motor for a set amount of time. And you can adjust. I think I set it to like sort of 10 seconds or something. And you got the red and green to say you've got shot or not. So we did have some. I say some success was probably the wrong word. I was playing around with this, and there's another one without heat shrink on it. They did work. Not the greatest. Obviously, it's very cheap, nasty Chinese. Sure, I shouldn't say that. Very cheap, nasty products and boards and stuff. Now there's a little miniature one. Yeah, they were very good, and we had a bit of fun with them, but obviously they're nowhere near the quality of what the big boys are producing at the moment. I did have, obviously, just a breadboards, again testing out different circuits. Always turn your phone off. Different circuits and IRs and stuff. I did actually have, if I find them, they're in here somewhere. Here we go. Did actually find these, which I might change out. Basically, the gun modules. These are little cob LEDs, but they're infrared ones. Again, I don't know how well it would work with the circuitry on those boards, but obviously these ones are a hell of a lot more powerful than what the other ones are. And I say I had those in broad daylight, in full sunshine, like a summer sunshine, in must have been 2019, I suppose. I could still shoot somebody from about 40 meters, 50 meters away. So they work brilliantly, but again, just really never got round to finishing it off, of course. So I've certainly got some upgrades I can do so that I can certainly shoot more people than other people. But also, what I was wanting to do is have like a ground cannon. So say if you get I don't know, you're the first one down, or the first one shot down, and you sort of plane comes down, you're kind of to carry on playing. You can pick up like I don't know, make some sort of pistol or bazooka or something, and have like a massive LED in it, so you can actually shoot. You can actually take people out of sky from the ground. I thought that'd be quite fun as well, so we might get round to doing that. It depends on, obviously, they are supposed to how these sort of systems work is they flash a certain code, I suppose, so you know when you got, obviously, so then the system, the receivers or the system itself will actually interpret that as being hit rather than just obviously the sunlight is IR light as well, so that's why the systems don't work really well in sunlight. But of course these systems work by some sort of flashing a code, a bit like your TV remote for your telly, and so they're like say they will actually flash the code to the receiver, so the receiver knows it's been hit. It's not just some sunlight it's picked up off a tree or obviously reflections of something. So it's quite actually a lot more involved than what you think. I say my ones, I think they were set to something like 50, not say 50 hertz is probably wrong. Can't quite remember, but yeah, I had to set them to something so it like would reflect. So it basically it flashing quick enough so it knew it wasn't sunlight. So anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to go away and start figuring out where I'm going to stick these guns and stuff. Oh, saying that, I'm probably going to put them on a spec wing to start with. Either that or the Bixler. Don't know yet. The Bixler's normally getting beaten up, but the spec wing is faster. So I'm probably going to go for a spec for a wing of some sort. So it probably is going to be the spec, and basically try and do it so I can swap it out and try both modules. We'll go from there. So thanks for watching. Obviously I'll keep you posted on how I get on with this. Do a few videos on that sort of building and stuff, and a few posts and that sort of stuff. But like I say, generally we're going to have some fun with this. So from the shed, bye for now.